Gujarat take on Delhi. This is match number 35 at Ahmedabad. Halfway mark now, gentlemen. So there's going to be that middle muddle. There's going to be a lot of discussion of what happens halfway through. Delhi, we'll talk about them first, getting in just by the skin of their teeth. That super over. I think you were on air that day.
Yeah.
I was jumping out of my sofa set.
He called it with 2 runs required.
Yes.
He said we are going into a super over.
But what a win. What a win. When
brilliant.
you come in with that kind of a win, you have so much confidence under your belt.
Yeah, again, and we just mentioned the Punjab win in the previous game, the confidence they would have taken. It's a game that they probably should have lost.
Yes.
And you come out with the W beside your name and 2 points, and it galvanises you. You saw even their social media stuff after the game. Everyone was so happy and just amazed at how it had happened. I mean, Mitchell Stark's last over was simply brilliant. Absolutely phenomenal. Just nailing those Yorkers. And that's why you pay the big money. You know, to the big players, the big stars, when it matters, they count.
Yes.
And he was simply superb, I thought, in that game. And then the super over as well. He missed one ball, I think, when the lefty got him over wide-ish.
I think Riyan Parag got an...
Riyan Parag got
just
it.
tailed away.
Yeah.
He got a 4 there. And also, even
the no ball.
Hetmeyer as well.
And also
Even Hetmeyer also hit him for a 4.
Yeah.
But there was also the whole drama with that side, no ball. So there was so much drama in that game. There's screaming and shouting happening. But Rahul kept his cool once again in the super over. He just, seemed to know what he was doing, gave Tristan Stubbs that confidence. So overall, it looks like a very confident side.
Yeah, they are a very confident side. Again, you think of the first game that they won. They were in a hopeless situation. 101 for 6 or 7 or whatever, when a young man called Vipraj Nigam actually shows them the way. Because it was Ashutosh who actually or eventually won them the game, but the one who kick-started that partnership was Vipraj Nigam. And see the kind of confidence he has taken. He's a 20-year-old. He's not in awe of such a huge tournament where the eyeballs are on him. He's bowled beautifully. He's bowled tough overs. He's been given the tough overs ahead of Axar Patel and Kuldeep Yadav. Kuldeep Yadav is bowling magnificently. Then you've got Vipraj Nigam who bats well. Ashutosh bats well. They've got the likes of Tristan Stubbs who's doing really well. Abhishek Porel at the top is really good. And the funny thing is, they've still not found the opening problems.
Yep.
They've not sorted that out because Fraser McGurk isn't firing. Faf hasn't played a couple of games. But in spite of that, they've found a way to win games. And I think that is what, as again, we've been constantly saying, when you win those tight games, when you win those difficult games, then you know that things are going to go fine for you. And then some of the easier games will eventually follow.
Simon, we'll have a look at that squad because like Kartik said, Faf hasn't played a few games. There's no real update on his availability. The only problem they need to figure out is they've given Jake Fraser-McGurk that long rope. But again, he got out on 9 the other day. Do you think they'll change things around up top?
Well, if Faf was fit, I think he'd come straight in for Jake Fraser-McGurk, to be honest. I don't know about that injury, though. It looked a bit worse than 5 or 6 days. To me. So, if he's fit, I think you could bring him straight in for Jake Fraser-McGurk, to be honest. He's missing out, all the time now. The luxury they have is that they're winning.
Yes.
And so you can afford to carry a player for a couple more games if you are winning. And so they may give him a bit more rope at this stage because he still has the ability to get a 50-60 off 30 balls, 20 balls. So, because they're winning, because they're sitting in a very good position on the table, they may give him a little bit more rope if Faf's not fit. But I don't see any other changes there. It's a well-oiled machine.
No Natarajan ahead of Mukesh. A bit of left arm. No, but they have a left arm.
Yeah, they have.
Stark.
I don't know. I mean, and Mukesh is sort of, I mean, he's been okay.
Yeah.
Without doing anything special. It's just a pretty well-rounded side and it bats deep. And they've got quite a bit of, as Kartik just said, 3 spin bowling options in
Mohit
skipper
is also there.
and
Mohit
Vipraj, the skipper, and Kuldeep, who's bowling beautifully, and then they've got the seam bowling options. So it's a very well-balanced side.
All right, then moving on to GT. They have, of course, come after that loss against Lucknow. But in general, with GT, that top order fires, Sai Sudarshan, Shubman, Gill do everything, and then there's Buttler. The middle order hasn't really been tested because the top order has been doing pretty much everything for them.
When you also look at their squad, that is something which was always going to be a concern for them. because you've got top three really heavy hitters. You think of Shubman, Gill, Sai Sudarshan and Josh Buttler. And after that, in the middle, yes, Sheffield Rutherford has done well for them. But apart from that, who is there if there is a bit of an issue? The other day too, when you look at it, 120 after 12, that's a rip-roaring start. And after that, they just meandered their way to another 60 runs when the wicket wasn't that bad. It can't be 100, it can't change within 2 overs. It's just because 2 guys got out and then they found going very, very tough. So they need to figure out what they need to, or how they want to go about with that middle order, because I don't think it's as strong as some of the other teams. Like we just mentioned, Delhi keep batting deep.
Correct.
Tewatia and Miller were a great combination, but Miller's gone. There's only Tewatia at that stage. They believe in Shah Rukh Khan, but the thing is, again, he has to get going for that belief to be vindicated. So I don't know. I still feel they've not been tested because the top 3 have done really well. But if they get tested like they did the other day, they should have been more than 200.
Yeah.
They should have got more than 200 for sure on that day.
They don't know their order, do they? That middle order. They have, they've tried Washington Sundar, they've tried Shah Rukh. I mean, just settle on something. If you want to bat Shah Rukh at 4, no problem. Sherfane at 5, Washi at 6, Tewatia at 7. That doesn't look too bad. They've just got to start getting some runs under their belt, because they can't always rely on that top 3. And when they have had to rely on the middle order, it's just been a little bit found wanting at times. So settle on a batting order, because again, they're in a good position to be able to settle on a middle order and a set one for the next 2 or 3 games and say, you're batting 4 for the next 3 games, Shah Rukh. Sherfane, you're batting 5.
Yes.
Washi, you're batting 6. And we're just going to leave it like that. And let's see if we can get some consistency through that middle order.